What's up, YouTube? This is Tame Silence. We are here today, and I'm not silent. Whatever. But we're here today to talk about some Pokemon Go. As you can see, today we're just gonna go over a couple tips and possibly a couple of tricks. We're gonna try my best to provide tips and tricks for this game. So let me just go over a few. This is my first ever Pokemon Go video. I wish I could live stream it for you guys, but for some reason, just having a lot of issues with that, especially coming from the phone. But we're just gonna go ahead and get started. Man, I freaking suck at this right now. But so what we're gonna do right now, we're just gonna go over a couple things like in the settings, just kind of help you out there, and then also we're gonna go over how to acquire some pretty interesting Pokemon my way. Well, let me explain that. So most of the things I'm going to be talking about are the things I've done myself, which I find are the best ways to get better Pokemon, or battling, or taking over gyms, or even well, battling and taking gyms, but or even what is the word I'm looking for? Can't even think of it, but it'll come to me later. But let's just go ahead and move on to some of the tips and tricks that I'm going to take care of, take for you guys. So one of the first things that everybody should want to know is about the battery saver. Now, it's really not explained in how it works. There are a couple of other YouTube videos that explain it, but this will be my way of explaining it and kind of giving a little bit of detail of that. So what you want to do is, of course, you want to tap your Pokeball, and then after that, go into your settings. In there, just make sure your battery saver is on. Let me get that out of there. Oh, crap. Go back. Make sure your battery saver is on, of course. And then also, all you would have to do once it's on is just basically turn your phone upside down. And that's all you have to do. Now, while it's in this mode, you basically still can't feel the vibrations of any Pokemon coming near you, or well, that are actually near you. Or if you're trying to hatch an egg, it works. It completely works fully. It may freeze sometimes. I've had that issue sometimes, but of course, we're still waiting for some updates to get half of the stuff fixed. But it does work. I use it all the time. Now, of course, Pokemon Go uses a lot of battery. I haven't noticed like a huge battery drop by using this, but a lot of people say it works. I haven't seen it myself, but if you want to test it out for yourself, go ahead and try that. Then, of course, once you're ready, just go ahead and flip it back, and of course, you get your game back. Now, let's go ahead and talk about like the gym battles. So, one thing I always do is that when it comes to a gym battle, of course, you have so many people that can be possibly on a gym. And it can be very hard for just one person to actually go through this. What you want to do is you want to partner up with your team. So basically Valor, Instinct, Mystic, Go Mystic. You basically want to team up with those people, a group of 4, so including yourself, which is the 4th person. You basically want to attack one by one at a time. Well, yeah, all at the same time, but everyone goes in one by one. So what I mean by that is, say I attack first, and then as soon as I see the Pokemon, the next person comes in. As soon as they see that Pokemon, the next person comes in. So it's just basically rinse and repeat. You are basically like 75% more to beat the gym that is there, instead of you like fighting it yourself. Like, some people can fight it themselves. Don't get me wrong, including myself. I can fight a gym by myself. But when it comes to some other people, they can't. So when you actually team with your group, it's a lot easier. You all attack at the same time. You basically can take out the gym a lot faster. You can even have weaker Pokemon, and you still will be able to do some decent damage to the gyms as well. It's very important to do it, especially if you're like out and trying to take a gym and hold it down. Now, the big thing about holding it down is try not to keep so many of the same Pokemon. So don't have 2 Arcanines, don't have 2 Vaporeons, don't have 2 whatever, basically. You want to have different versions of those Pokemon. And that's another factor as well that I forgot to explain. When you do attack those gyms, make sure you do have different types, or the same type, of course, just to basically take out those Pokemon. But definitely, I would say do different types at all times, so that way you can always, just in case, be able to take out those other Pokemon that do have those different types. But going back to holding the gym, you definitely want to have different types on it, and that's really about it. Just make sure, just don't have the same type of Pokemon that are on there. Now also, I'm just going to bring the screen back up. Let me move my cursor out the way. Now, another thing, a useful tip. Oh, somebody's attacking this gym right now. Let's see what we have on this anyway. I know there's a Dragonite holding this down, but this gym might actually go down, so that's if my game doesn't mess up. Come on. You can do it. Because saving the planet is the thing you do. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Alright, so it looks like the game crashed. We're going to try to open it back up again. And the servers crashed right while I'm doing a freaking video. Okay, there we go. Okay, I was going to say, oh, God, that sucks. Okay, that's a yellow gym. But, yeah, there's Dragonite holding that one. So, now another cool tip is, of course, down at the bottom, you have your nearby Pokemon. Of course, with the more the footsteps, the further away, the closer, the less footsteps, the closer they are. Now, another thing, too, is at the bottom, the box that had the 3 Pokemon shown there, it'll flicker or just blink, basically. And what that does is that it lets you know that there is a Pokemon nearby, or the Pokemon that you're searching for is nearby. Just keep that in mind. That's a pretty simple tip there. Now, my last tip for this is when it comes to getting Pokemon. So whenever there's an allure, I don't know why we call it a lure, but when there's a Pokemodule and then you have your incense, basically what you want to do is you want to have both of those activated at the same time. It brings up a lot of good stuff. Like I've gotten, let me just give an example. I've gotten actually that Pidgeot, that 10-11 Pidgeot, which is freaking amazing. I got a Jolteon from it as well. I got a Tauros from doing that too. A Kingler, a Bulbasaur, a Slowpoke, even a Hitmonchan. Literally, incense and Pokemodules are your best friend. So what I do is I don't stand there. Like for some reason I feel like standing there really doesn't get you anything. I believe you still have to move. So find a spot that is find some area, a lake or a city, town, whatever the case may be. As long as it has a lot of Pokestops. Activate a lure on one of those Pokestops and you follow a pattern. In that pattern, you're guaranteed to at least get 4 or more. Me personally, this is just from my experience, 4 or more Pokemon that are not listed in your nearby Pokemon. I've gotten, like I said, my Tauros, my Bulbasaur, my Jolteon, or even just a high-end Pokemon from that, having both of those activated. Now, me personally, I haven't sat down near a Pokemodule and activated my incense at the same time to see how well that works together. But me personally, I feel the progress is a lot better when you actually are on the move, because a lot of people do sit, from my experience of seeing them, they sit at these Pokestops and they really don't get much. They just get the same Pokemon over and over again. So it's definitely best, me personally, to move back and forth in a pattern. Try to build that pattern for yourself. Just move back and forth, and I guarantee you should probably at least get 4. It depends on your area, if you have a lot of Pokestops or not. Me personally, the area that I go to, plenty of Pokestops, so I'm pretty much can get 4 or more. Like I said, the number may vary for you. Now, also when it comes to catching the Pokemon, which I can't show right now, but what you want to do is, and a lot of people get this confused, I've basically figured it out now. So when it comes to capturing the Pokemon, it's really not about that circle. It's basically the same, I guess you could say, algorithm or numbers, whatever the system builds. Basically, in the original Pokemon games, it's still built off of that capture rate that they have in that. The circle itself is for you to get higher points. Those higher points basically just gets you the ability to get more experience. It definitely just, dang, I lost my train of thought. It basically, oh my god, I literally forgot what I was about to say. Holy crap, what the heck was I talking about? I just had a brain fart. Okay. So when it comes to that circle, you definitely want to, of course, try to attempt it because you get more experience. So the wider it is, and you get it in the circle, you get a nice. The medium size is a great, and then the smallest is excellent. Now, of course, you want to get it smack dab in the middle, but if you can't, sometimes you can get a nice and a great. But smack dab in the middle gets you an excellent. That's mainly what it's for. And also, if you take your ball and spin it, you'll basically be able to do a curveball. That'll get you a little bit more points as well. Let me see. Any other tips that I have? That is going to be it for today. I'll try to think of more tips and tricks another time. I do appreciate you guys watching the video, and I hope you enjoy. Remember to like, subscribe, dislike if you didn't like it. Like I said, I'm still new to this, still trying to get used to it. But I appreciate you taking a view at my video. Hope you guys enjoy. Catch you later.